Election, the way you get your money.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not sure.
Someone wears TDC t-shirt or have ANC t-shirt, and why they have a Joseph Walker t-shirt. So you see the same person in this group is the same person in the next group. I mean, I would say it's a regular thing now.
But you're not in the house.
I'm not in the house.
They are looking for survival, but they know that short-term survival will not be a solution to their problem in this country.
If I actually do the greatest George we had government, almost 6 years now, what will be percentage-wise as we try to run up? How will you grade this government?
Well, it will be lucky to get a 45, 47%.
The same?
I think.
I mean, the Minister of Finance tried to build some IMF record, pull us something. We have the new currency coming. 5,000 metric tons of rice is in country now. The road from a river to Lupato, you can drive free lanes. Wait for the 5%.
Why not you just make an attempt to go to Lupa? Everybody going to Lupa go through Australia. Most of the people, they go through Australia. And even now, going through Australia just on our side.
I mean, it's the rain season. You can walk through the rain.
You can walk through the rain.
Yes. Similar to the RIA highway. Everybody, yes. You have to wait for the rain season.
But you also work during the dry because they're preparing for the rain season start from the dry season. So if you didn't work during the dry season, the rain season is not going to be good for you.
How can they convince Liberians to give you the presidency 2023? Just imagine we come on the True Breakfast Show, folks who have President Joseph, like her life will be on air.
You better start practicing.
So I start beating you. I don't want to be the president. I be President George for every money. So I mean, say good morning, President, just like you know, boy.
You better start practicing the Liberian smart.
This station rules the nation. This station rules the nation. This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, folks. It's great to be back again, back on a beautiful Tuesday morning. Good morning, welcome to the TBS, the True Breakfast Show on Truth 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. And I'm going to start you off this one. Voting is the expression of our commitment to ourselves, one another, this country, and the world. It is a right to go out and campaign peacefully. Every election is determined by the people who shows up. Don't sit back and say, I'll not be part of the process. Be part of the decision maker. It's Tuesday morning, and let's see our motivation this morning. When you check money in your pocket, before giving it out, especially to a lady, God can bless you. The money gets multiplied. Bobby Bleeder Addison with this one. Are you sure about this one? It says when you check money in your pocket, before giving it out, especially to a lady, God can bless you. Yeah, man. The money gets multiplied before coming out. The motivation from Bleeder Addison this morning. Good morning, folks. Good morning to all of you listening up. The love of little 10 medals, yeah. Let justice be done to all. This is the True Breakfast Show, cutting across the 15 counties in the land and breadth of the Republic of Liberia. 2 MCs, 1 microphone this morning. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Roberts, MARKA Davis. 63 days to elections. Yes, we just counting. Let me say good morning to all political actors and all of you viewing us online. Our silent listeners, good morning. You're so special this morning. Those of you who don't call, who don't text, those of you who monitor via internet, like to say good morning to all of you. In the midst of all, I would say, country of friends. Good morning to you, Maka. How are you doing this morning?
Yes, good morning. Good morning, O'Neill, and good morning to people. I'm suspecting Big Brother Bobby has
they particular club,
right?
No. So aspiring, they think Bobby's true. So man, no, most aspiring during the campaign time, right? Somebody no really down there.
I'm suspecting that probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get one on if you got
in a packet.
Only if you got you can see them, man.
No, but there's some big brother very good at that. When they put a hand in the pocket,
and then people that is good at that, you must know that I may get up on if you got.
The thing I'm saying, so people that are good though, they'll put a hand in the pocket and know how much coming off. They know about the 50 air. They know about the bug air. Yeah.
That some people when they are giving you money, anyway they put their hand to pick up the money, you know exactly what coming out. Yeah, because some people they got the $100 compartment.
No,
they have that era.
They know.
So because you are there with them consistently, so anytime they put their hands on straight,
they know what's up. Let's take for example the poor man teacher. The class will say, teacher, you get money, right?
Yeah.
They made a professor Richmond Anderson out there to go campaign. Richmond no money, right? And the beginning honor stay. Richmond put hand in your pocket, you know how much coming out. Yeah.
So morning people is great for us to be here again today. It's Tuesday. Yes, August is going gradually, and when we end August, we'll be entering my birth month. That will be September. So all of those who are celebrating this month, we wish you all well. So that in September too, you wish us well.
That's a real campaign starting.
Yeah.
September, your birth month is the campaign month officially. Don't eat your reset before time.
Yeah. So we'll do our best. So to all of you following us on the internet this morning, Real TV Live, we say good morning. Thank you for joining us again. Emmanuel Tokpa. Morning.
We should recognize him up there. It's been a while now.
Self-care.
Yeah. There's this thing I want you to start out with this guy. From yesterday, you know that this guy, last time I was watching, this Samuel Bannon guy, he posting good morning, Big Brother MARKA. Please ask on our behalf, AME Zion graduating class, the graduation fee is $475 United States dollars. Please extend our plea to President. We have to pay.
Okay, Samuel
Bannon. I wrote it more than 20 times yesterday, so I say I want to tell you.
Yeah, I think we need to do so. Yeah. So I think
graduation fees is people. $475. Now, fast the mess of school fee.
And I know people from the office of the president are listening, so yes, maybe they will that information or relay that information to the president, so that if he has the, but I think he did it.
Yeah, the last
yeah,
graduation, the
he
president
did.
paid the graduation fee.
Yeah.
I brother be there Alex in school, yeah. $475 graduation fee.
$475.
You guys.
Yeah, so yeah, it could not just be the president. There are other people who can help. Yes, maybe you can.
The graduation will be in.
I will pay 10%.
Maka, the graduation will be in Bombing County, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Amy's always carry. I think.
Poor River.
Yeah, Poor River side.
Okay.
The district Kennedy and you're right here. Yes, far. Yeah, in Bombing.
Yeah. I heard one gossip, but is it the only politician that freely that can assist freely like that in bombing snow? Yeah. So other potable.
In bombing?
Yeah. I gossip, but not confirmed. I know the person who was saying that I don't trust him too much.
In bombing.
Yeah, in bombing.
Bombing country. That's small country. Yes, let's recognize some of you.
So now we mean content.
Bombing?
Yeah.
Bombing, like great country.
Yeah.
Let's recognize some folks in the data quickly. Peter Menkel, I say 70 years ago. Good morning. Isaac Peter Flomo from Mangibi, the home of Senator James Emmanuel Luque. Good morning to you. Michael Ahmed Hammer from Mangibi says, good morning to you. Justin Brown, Smith O. Slubber, they say, yes, country fresh. Good morning. You and Maka, Lai Cisse, liability. That liability. Anyway, yes. Jerry F. Sumo, good morning. Much thanks for the breakfast show from Bon County. I'm viewing this morning. Austin Tapia, good morning to TBS. Thanks so much. Melvin Videsco Tier. I'm Richard here. We're doing our own thing in the morning. It'll be interesting. Roland Jalai, good morning. Live from Mangibi, yes. B. Marcos Dangwe. Good morning to the breakfast show. Quickly, it says Ama P. Kamba Jr. from the Boston Highway. Listening, okay, great. Samuel, would you write a message? Yeah, Samuel Banner, 475.
And somebody said today is the deadline for payment.
Deadline?
Yes. Today is the final for payment of graduation fees.
Yeah.
Bobby
yeah.
Says that. You know, Bobby is on top of
things. Yeah. Damn it. Our last segment, guest can wait. Very Mara Giddings. Okay, so let's give to what we'll have our play this morning. I mean, thank you so much, all of you viewing us on Facebook.
Yeah, so it's Tuesday today, August 8th, 2023, 63 days to elections. And coming up, we will have our studio chat up to 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:20. We give you the opportunity to speak to your leaders. 8:20 to 9 o'clock this morning. We have Leva NP, representative candidate, electoral district number 1, Maserado County. He will sit with us on the first segment of the show up to 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, we'll bring to you sports, a bit of entertainment and commercials on the TBS. 9:05 to 9:15 to 10 o'clock this morning. We will have with us Reverend Emmanuel Giddings, a representative candidate in Mangibi County. He will be the last guest on the show this morning. So yes, we hope you can follow us up to the end. We promise to deliver a perfect show this morning.
Great.
And in the midst of all
country first. How many days to elections?
63.
63. I saw a billboard up yesterday, and it's the first time everybody just around the billboard. They got
where is it?
In District 13, in my district.
Okay.
The billboard is that no,
okay.
not Papi Fumo. The billboard, the man had Cummings picture, the man had George Weah picture, the man had Boca picture.
Maybe the man
he said he got 3 of them backing.
Oh, so he's independent.
Yeah, he's independent, but he put 3 of them. He took photo of all these people. So like opportunity now for like bring put a seat for themselves. So sometimes when you go to some gathering, you see someone, can I take a picture of you? The picture playing Bago. Yeah. They may have Cummings, Boycott, George Weah. Then I asked someone, I said, why you put here on there? Yes, anyway, good morning again. We have to make some shift in our show this morning. But again, campaign have started since Saturday, and I mean the process is going on. I like what the president have said. You played that in your news. Let's see if we can have it play this morning. President George, we are condemning. Um,
Did I say representative
for what? For me?
for Remy Guinness?
No, Senator.
Senator. I don't know.
No.
Maybe it was a slip of
Mm.
somebody said.
The man winning that.
Yeah.
The man winning that country. The man replacing Jim Stoner.
Yeah.
But he and Maggie were rocky. What? Very beginnings. And what?
Why you are trying to find?
I got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just want to check how many of them in our county.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to check. You know
So,
how they.
Yeah, the entire database. Go through. Good morning to the entire staff of the National Elections Commission. Right? This is the commission that is going to take us into a very great process. The Board of Commissioners, good morning. All right. But the president said something during his visit at the church in Gainesville, condemning what happened on Saturday. And that is a failure for that committee that organized, yes, let's bring the casting out. Let's do this with just a boycott picture, all of that. So the head of the face, look, the entire face of the CDC is Joshua. Are you like it or not? The face have said, I don't represent this. I don't like this. Don't do this. So that strategy, that strategy, you're got an F on that. Because there are sometimes the president will remain silent on some things. Oh, yeah. But this one, he came up publicly to condemn the act. So that strategy you came up with on day one of the campaign, you failed.
And in his warning, he said this should never repeat.
It should repeat.
Yeah.
That strategy failed. So re-strategize. For me, normally I say, I like CDC.
What kind of reckless strategy is that?
Yeah, that's that. I don't know who came up with that kind of thing. Let's come up with a casting and do this and do that. I mean, look, the silent voters in this election, I keep repeating the thing every morning. The silent voters are in a huge percentage. Like last time I said, 40%, someone said no. The silent voters are in about 60 to 70%. These are people who don't go to no political party headquarters. But on election day, they'll go and vote. So when you are campaigning, you could be a representative candidate, senatorial candidate, even the presidency. Know that you are not campaigning to your followers alone. The message you will send, the silent voters are listening. So if you want to be president, let the Liberian people know why you want to be president and what you will do for the country. Most of the country, they're not saying it. Or it's like, I want to be representative. I want to be senator. What will you do for your district, your county, or the country? You're not saying it.
Sure. Yeah, so, I mean, it is good that from all angles, that act has been condemned. Even the campaign team of the CDC released a statement, I think, the following day.
Yeah.
And the president subsequently spoke against that on Sunday. And I think it is important that we take note of our actions because, like I said, and the president mentioned that, you see, I always say that he said we are the ruling party, we are the ones who are running the government. It is our responsibility, firstly, to keep the peace while we encourage other citizens to ensure that we keep the country peaceful. So, like I said, for me, I said 50% of the of the responsibility to keep the country peaceful and the election violence free, lies on the shoulder of the ruling establishment. Other people say 60 and all of that. So the president alluded to that in his statement when he said that we are the ruling party, we are the government in power. So our actions should be able to show that we want the country to be peaceful. So we want to once again call on supporters because these party zealots, they can be overly enthusiastic to the extent that some of the actions, and I don't some leaders sometimes support these actions because if people were planning that kind of thing and I know that certain people in the party heard it, they will say, no, you can't do that, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we want for the leaders in these parties to conduct themselves in a very, very responsible manner. This election is competition of ideas. Who is bringing the best platform and whose platform the Liberian people can trust is how the Liberian people are going to make a decision.
Very well.
So it's not about who can throw stone, who is abusive on social media, who is rioting. No, that's not what this election is about. When we describe the election as a crucial election, because we believe that the country should be on a path of development, The country was held back for a couple of years, more than 14 years, when we were focused on destroying our own country. So when we say this election is crucial, we mean that the country should be on a path of development, on a path of progress. We should be chasing our neighbors in infrastructure development. Okay, overhead bridge, people have, you know, all of these modern infrastructure in our country. So that's what we should be fighting to achieve, not fighting each other with stones, with bullets anymore. So everything we can do, or we will do in these elections, should be in the interest of peace. And because it's only during the time of peace that we can develop the country. Today, I can go to Seclepie driving on asphalt pavement. I can go to Sunny Kule riding on Kota. You know, people can go to places now. Before you go into Buchanan, say that's small thing.
Yeah.
You understand? Even to go to Banga, to go to Ganta. So today we drive smoothly to go to these places. So I mean, as government come, we try to improve on these things. Once the country is peaceful, I mean, a couple of years, you know, dozen of years, yes, we can be able to pave all the major roads in the country. That's development, that's progress gradually.
Yeah.
So everybody will come with an agenda, they will do their part. And the good, you and I know that in Liberia, we always go appraising the past leaders.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yes.
So
look, the traffic that will be blocking the city will not be easy.
I'm sure we are that when we even have the next government will not come out and say, "Oh, President, we are."
Yeah.
You know,
like
today we were here. We noticed the kind of criticism that the earlier administration received. Today, some Liberian people are saying that, "Oh yeah, we miss Ellen." Yeah. So you see, it is possible that for one or two things, or you know, people will come out and say, "Oh, we miss George Weah." So maybe he complete his term. So it's about the country, it's not about individuals.
Great. So let's see if we can play His Excellency George Weah voice. The peace, keeping the peace starts with the government. If the government cannot take the lead, then of course there's a problem.
So I keep receiving.
Look at it here.
So I keep receiving.
What? You joking? they are fire for fire. We're receiving back.
Yeah. So yeah, I keep receiving message that I'm a representative.
Senator.
So Reverend Emmanuel Giddens is a senatorial candidate in Margibi County. So great. I think because I was mentioning Live Happy, that's why the representative stuff just it was.
So we'll open the platform to Reverend Giddens, right?
Yeah.
And we'll look forward to have follow Maggie one of these days on the True Break.
Oh yeah, sure.
I almost as a senator. Nathan Maggie appear on the breakfast show. Anyway, but let's play President George Weah voice. I'll be saying condemning what happened on Saturday. So that strategy, you'll go back. Just score an F on this one because it went viral on the social media. I mean, you want power, you want to continue, but you can't wish for someone's death. That was a sad one. And sadly, at that point, the Secretary General, the National Secretary General of the party was there. Yeah. Yes, he was there. So and that position that you hold, Mr. Mayor, is a very strategic and big position in that party. So if that kind of thing is happening and you are around, and that's why most of the time you receive a lot of criticism. The mayor. Yes, the mayor was around. The capture has a lot of picture. See? So sometimes the mayor need come in the media for the wrong reason. Now sometimes most of the time. Okay. Yeah, most of the time. Be careful, the mayor could have called press conference. Oh yeah, if the mayor can call press conference. No, the mayor is a young man with a lot of potential. There are a lot of young people who follow him in Liberia here. Despite some of the criticism he has received, there are still young people who believe in him. So, you know, there's government. So when you err, we tell you say you err. They think Akino. They're government in Akino. Yeah, you want a Kino, you will cross. When you cross, other people can't get in the Kino to cross. Yeah. So your first says, while the Kino is in the middle of the water, don't let it capsize. Because when it capsize, and then you not get a second 6 years. Then the whole 12 year thing ends early today. Oh. Let's the man said different thing. Let's play money. Let's play money voice. I thought the president was going to be silent on this one. You see, that sometimes things can happen. The president sometimes choose to talk. React. Yes, it's good to react. That reactionary tendency. Promptly. This is Abbas. Yes, let's play George Weah voice. We come back. Yeah.
I just want to caution us with the election. The first thing we must know that we have government. We are not going to just party, 4 or 5 going onward. We are yes, we are producing change. We have been set the pace for peaceful for our communication. And I come to what happened yesterday, the sound of my voice, all agreement, all submission, reaction, when you align yourself with God, you cannot align yourself with Satan. Give God and continue to pray because only God knows the plan for you and His plan. Yesterday, we had an important event. I was at work, it's a religious event, and I saw on the internet people carrying caskets. This will never happen again.
You hear that?
Oh yes.
This one what?
Never happened.
Never. So the next rally, if you're carrying casket, they mean you have defied the man who wants to be president for the second term. This one never happen again.
And not only the issue of toting casket, but also any other action that will be provocative.
Yeah.
Yes. Because maybe the president who should not carry a casket, but will put different things that will still provoke other people.
The new youth link chairman of the CDC. Johnson?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the first time he took over NATO,
right?
And we condemn him, I think he have got into himself. The first time he took over the leadership, the last time we saw him Oro carrying group of men. And we said, no, NATO, you should not be doing reactionary thing there. You should be appearing to attire centers and make the issue look. I admire what kind of Bala is doing for this government. You know, he had the intellectual. Let us also what kind of is doing admire the whole lot. He's telling people that this president deserves another 60. But he does go be going.
And he will outline his reasons.
So
why? Other people to counter the argument,
or you leave it
and bring other maybe facts that will say no, your statistics or your numbers are not correct. That is the exchange of ideas.
That's how it should be. But not carrying group of men. There are some people already sitting there hurt and thinking what to do. Then you go move on there. You should be convincing the people why George deserves another 6 years. You see what kind of doing? And he's sitting the show for all of y'all. Yeah, we all doing the reactionary. Kind of sitting the show. Let's be frank.
But
he's sitting the show day by day.
Come here.
Anyway, yeah, but trust me, Eugene Nangwe is the campaign chairman. His attention will go to Kano and his team instead of this reactionary things there because the non-partisans, the silent voters, they are in huge number. And not everybody love that kind of reactionary thing. Some people don't like it at all. Anyway, Rich strategize and come out good.
Yeah,
let's get the lines activated. Speak to your leader right here on the TBS this morning. Tuesday. Yes, let's hear from you.
077-020-2579. Yeah, we're singing.
You don't see ever plucking new car?
Oh no.
Come man, the Jeep that ever in. You know, say that campaign owner.
Wow.
The Jeep that ever in. That's here since early time.
Branded?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Jeep that ever is riding in this cool air. The man when the campaign, some part of market, the beginner said, put the glass down.
Let's take the press caller this morning. Good morning.
Good morning from MARKA.
Good morning.
Good morning to the peaceful Liberian this morning. My name is Forrest Juma, and I joined the conversation from a rented resident unification town of Magidi County. Well, we know in MARKA, and I found this morning to speak directly to the ongoing lawmaker district to Magidi, the person of Honorable Alpha Kokro Jones. You know, also starting yesterday to have seen the lawmaker where people are not being for about 5 years, going in the pure gray yard to be sharing more USD on his logo. And the one who want to condemn that act, what we expect.
But as you are that money, when I importing the people that you condemn me.
But I'm going to get yours for the people doing road jobs. I can get for free. Tell the law because share that money in the gray yard yesterday. There's no so who all came up with that gray yard. The people are stuck there, enjoying that money, not taking that there with drugs.
Okay.
So what's that here, money?
He said Alva Jones. Good morning.
Good morning, MARKA.
Good morning. Go ahead.
This is Benedict Molly, and I join you from my residence. This morning, MARKA, I wanted to say thank you for affording me the opportunity to speak on this platform.
Go ahead.
One of the major issues we need to look at in this country has to do with drugs. And I want to commend the lawmakers Honorable Alpha Kowolo Jones, who happened to be a lawmaker. People sent a lawmaker, a man who is determined.
What has he done concerning the drug issue? Stop that, all the compliments. What has he done concerning the drug issue?
Free is one of the presidents who have fostered and who have been on the forefront to make sure that drugs be curtailed in the popular life.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, this person is not talking.
You see the G ever right?
07702022579. Let's take this person.
Your mail soon call.
Oh.
Yeah. But Bobby Bleeder Addison said, what talking
Good
about
morning.
team 14? Get that kind of.
Good morning.
Thank you. My name is Alpha, and it's over the server. I'm speaking at the stream of Thomas on the country.
Go ahead.
Now, back on something I want to say on the radio. Near to you, that opposition calling all the law, we are not seeing it. Same way, let's say, 6 years, same way, let's say, 5 years. Like, this is what you say on this street, and for me, I can't say, but wait. And what are they asking on the street? How can you donate 500,000 to the women of Johnsonville Market? How can you donate 500,000 to the women of Lima United? How can you donate 500,000 to the women of Kobe community? How can you donate 500,000 to the women of Lusawa community? How can you donate?
Oh, they were asking that the project you reading, huh? Okay, so the man saying the people. Okay, okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Let's pick up Bobby Bleeder Addison. Bobby Addison, welcome to the Breakfast Show. Good morning. Okay, chipping. Okay. Bobby, everybody is bluffing you on the social media with his brand new vehicle for the Unity Party. You've been with the team 14. We're not seeing you yet. They can't be open up. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Where's Levi? Levi should try to make his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Let me say this to those that just come into our district. You know, our district has banned since 6 years ago. But it's baffles me to see people who have never even walked to our district. Even the economy. Today, our district is going to end up to increase. What is it? We're trying to teach on the ethical road and people suffering. That's what it means. What it is. imagine when you get the road to people because you want to be really like that. I also tell my people that the people road to open to know who to vote for when it comes to authority.
Okay.
To see we can get that law Lagos, but she reject the first end of because thank you very much this morning.
Yeah, but I can take one more call the introduction or the end of Levi. Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, we're going to you guys are preparing this.
Go ahead, you were okay.
Okay, congratulations, Arsenal.
Man, go to the issue, man. Say yesterday you go ahead.
You know, try to come out and get through my best friend, Louis, our confrontation up to this morning. I want to congratulate the process so much this morning. You know, men proposes that God disposes, and that number one, they come to life. It's like things out of the way, you know, is that would very to be in our country. For people that will come tomorrow to see this country, fortunately ahead. So let us do this, please. As you always say, Labra first, Labra second, Labra last. Let God bless this country. Let us force through. Let our election be a peaceful one, so we can celebrate the goodness of God in this country. God bless you guys this morning.
Okay. Thank you. So, Michael, transition on the side with Levi, district number 1 representative as Monserrato. Yes, it's a candidate. That's it. Okay, so let's see if I can squeeze just one more call. If I just can't do so, this is the Breakfast Show, Truth FM 96.1. 63 days to election, and how is it in your various area? Let's keep it peace. Let's keep it up. Say no to any form of violence. Election will come. Election will go. The hit will be deep, but just remember you have a life to live. So don't hit John Brown. If John is supporting this party or this other candidate, I mean, we all Liberian. After this election, there'll be a Liberian who still will live in, you know. So let's keep this environment peaceful, because I say this every morning. Look, we have problems everywhere in the world. Everywhere. So if we disturb the peace what we're enjoying here today, I mean, no one will listen to us easily. So with Elections Commission, campaign without violence, reach your message. If you don't have message out there, you campaigning, no reactionary, no violence to move people. The silent voters are in very huge numbers. Remember this. So as you go out to campaign well. Get your message. Tell the people what you want to do for the district, the county, or even you want to be president, what you want to do. All right. Okay, so Steve Levi, district number 1 representative candidate of Montserrat is our first segment guest. Then we'll have Senator Manuel Giddens at 9 o'clock this morning. Let's link up with MARKA, who's there with Levi. Will run this first segment of the breakfast show.
Thank you, O'Neill, and
Thank you, O'Neill.
in our lineup this morning. We have Levi, and he is a candidate in district number 1, Monserrato County. So yes, our first segment guest this morning. Levi, good morning. Welcome. It's good to have you this morning.
Thank you, MARKA. Thank you, O'Neill. And thank you to the people of district number 1. And thank you to the Truth FM family.
Yeah, so this is my first one-on-one interview here. But I don't know, what is your history of Truth FM?
Truth FM, I remember 2021, there was a case with one of my boss and the current lawmaker. Although we never came in studio, but we were interviewed by one Cephas Betty.
Oh, okay.
This is my first time in your studio.
Okay, that's good. So it's good to have you. How is the district? Came from there this morning?
Oh, yes, I drove directly from district number 1. That's Louisiana Township in Fendel.
Okay.
Yeah, so I came from there directly this morning, and my district is good.
Okay, let's know more about Levi P. Who is Levi P?
Okay, Levi P. is a lecturer at the University of Liberia, a resident of district number 1, Montserrat County. I'm happily married to Mrs. Aminata Pasawepe. And I have a kid, but apart from kid, we have some other adopted kids that we have with us. And we have been in the district trying to find some solutions to some of the problems we've been having there. And we are aspiring to represent our people in the 55th legislature.
Okay. Well, that is good. So, lecturer, and let's look at other work you've done before, just besides the classroom and other activities in the district prior to you know, declaring to go into elections. Did you at any point in time think about going into politics, especially at this point?
Oh, yes. This was something that I've been preparing for a very long time, more than a decade ago. And how can we sell ourselves to the people? How can we get to the people for them to know us? And for our passion for education also make us to go there. So based on that, our passion for education and wanting to serve our people diligently, we decided to engage ourselves in the classroom. Yeah, so we went to the classroom from our high school teachers, and today I'm still teaching in high school. That is the depth of love we have for the educational system, and we believe as policy makers will get there. These are some of the areas that we'll be looking into, because it is a sector that previously we knew that it was described as messy, and we need people who have past experience in the educational sector to go in there and to make some sustainable policies for our people.
Okay, that is good. So, how well do you know District 1? District 1, a lot of people say District 1 is huge. Sometimes when you go around Kakatala, it's all inside.
Yeah, that's Morrison's
is
area.
it a place there? Is District 1 Maserati?
Oh, yes, district number 1. See, I know district
Have you been able to tour the entire district since you declared?
for about 99% of the district.
Okay.
About 99% of the district. And district number 1, I know it very well, because even I'm on map, I've mapped the district. I know it's district number 1 is more than 50% of Maserati County. 50%. 50%. Yes, 50%. That is 50% of Maserati County. 50% of Maserati County.
So it's like it covers nearly the whole of Maserati.
Yes, 50%. So we've done our survey, and from Waco area, went to Louisiana, going to Harrisburg, White Plains, you have Crusoeville, have Bentor, Carisburg, Todi, where you have Zalantown, close to Beaumont, have Zingbo, Coontown, Nyang, the district headquarters there. And the district, we know the district very well. We've toured the entire district, and we are prepared to serve them.
This decision, was it like you carry yourself to the people say, well, I think I can provide the leadership we need, or the people came out to say, well, we think you can represent us? They petition you, or this is your decision?
District number 1, the people in 2017 petitioned me to contest in the district. At that time, that was just schools of students, teachers came together. But then I was not prepared. I had to be prepared educationally and so forth. I wish I was just gotten my first degree, that's Bachelor of Science degree in geology. And at that time, we said, no, we are not prepared, but we think about it in subsequent time. So again, in 2020, when we returned, after my studies in Ghana, got a Master of Science in Water Resources Engineering. When I returned, the people again, at that time, were not just schools of teachers and students who have the women leaders, youth leaders, motorbike riders. The petition may say, this time around, you can say no. And they call the voice of the people is the voice of God. So we decided to go into the race and to accept their petition to serve them.
So were you prepared this time around, because you suspended the initial petition because according to you, you were not prepared? Are you prepared this time around?
Certainly, we are prepared. We've done our research. We've known some of the loopholes in the district, the leadership gaps that the district is facing now, and we are prepared to fill in them.
How well? You named several towns, big towns, the headquarters of Todi District, Nyang, and all of that. How well have the people received you on your tour across the district? Are they seeing you as someone who can represent them, or they just see you as one of the persons, wanting to be representative?
Yes, they see me as a young man who has a great potential. They see me as a young man who believes that change is here. They see me as a young man who is not saying, oh, we are future leaders. We are leaders of today. The future is now. And the young people across district number 1, they see themselves in me. And they are seeing that there's a change in this young man that I think we can give him a chance to go and represent the interests of the young people and then the people of district number 1. So yes, they see me as a winnable candidate and someone who can bring the necessary changes within the district.
So the resounding question now that people are asking the candidates is, what are your hallmarks? What have you done in District 1 that you think the people can stand on to say, yes, it will give this person the opportunity, they could do more?
Thank you so much. You see, for me, most often, I believe, what have you done? What have you done? Let's take this analogy. MARKA, I gave MARKA $5,000. Then I promised to give another person, let's say O'Neill Roberts. So you will get your own 5,000, okay, by not giving the money. So after a certain time, I can come back to you people and say, MARKA, what have you done with the 5,000? You will give me a count of that, right?
Yeah.
So if I ask O'Neill Roberts, will I be asking what have you done with your $5,000?
No.
Because
you didn't give him the 5,000.
Exactly. So we should be asking our current lawmakers, what have they done with the 6 years we've given them to go and represent us? So apart from that, but I'm not someone who believes in quick impact projects before elections. Okay. Because these are things that kept our country backwards since 1847. So I believe when there are instances where we should come in to help our people, yes, we can come in, and that is what we've been doing over the years, and not just for electionary activities. So you go in Jackson Farm today, you see a muddy hand pump there, and that is what will provide for the people. Just almost 6-7 months, the people were well spoiled because they had a hand well, something that they had there, and they wrote communications to water and civil, to the lawmaker, to some of the leaders within the district. There was no attention paid to them. So when they came to me as a water engineer, we decided to go and do our survey, and we saw that the people were in dire need of water, and we were able to provide that for them. And go to King Farm today, you see the bus stop there. We are one of the major contributors to that bus stop. It's painted red, white, and blue, the same color as our office. Okay, we go to Kingsville number 7, they have a teacher's quarter project there. We have one of the major contributors to that project, and in the fence projects. Okay. Apart from that, the students, have been in the classroom. We have contributed a lot to human capacity development within the district. We sometimes, when the wax is coming, we offer the mobile Saturday classes program, Timpe mobile Saturday classes program for schools across district number 1. And we also have this LEVA mentorship program in district number 1. That is for students who are graduating from 12th grade. Some of them don't know the courses that they're supposed to go do at the university. At the end of the day, they go there, they spend 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. So when they graduate that from the high school, we collect them for 1 week. We train them, create that awareness for them so that they can be able to choose their career that they're supposed to go do at the university. And then we have schools of dozens of merited scholarships across district number 1, Monserrate County. I'm not saying the people should vote me for these little things that we have been doing, but what are we taking on the table? That is what we should be evaluating, because the projects doesn't show your leadership capacity. I will just go get money from some banks and put projects all in the district. That doesn't qualify me to be a leader. So we should look at what we're bringing on the table and how we are going to do these things for our people for it to work.
So before we go to what you are bringing on the table, what are the lapses you've seen in the district that's even pushing you to go for the seat?
Number 1, representation. You see, we have the RS that most of the monitors the activities of our lawmakers within the house there.
Okay.
And it is so saddening to know that we have not been represented in the house there. Because every time we see the report from our lawmakers, F, every time F, then it brings that to my attention. How District 1 issues have been brought to the table in the legislature. So representation, we've been miserably represented in District number 1. And then inclusive leadership. Our people do not involve the leaders, the chairmen, the town chief, the youth chairmen. They don't involve the youth into decision making within the district. So these are lapses, and advocacy is at the lowest within the district. And we know that our lawmakers should be our voice within the house there, and they should also be there to talk for us. So these are some of the lapses we see within the district, and I will believe we are adequately prepared that we can fill in those gaps to bring the necessary representation to our people in District number 1.
Did you support Honorable Lawrence Morris when he was going for that seat?
Yes, I supported him. I gave my vote to him. I supported him in 2017.
Did you campaign or you just voted?
We campaigned because my
were you on his campaign team?
My boss was with them at that time. So yes, we were able to vote for him.
Are you regretting your vote?
Obviously, that's why I'm always saying we shouldn't be carried away by quick impact projects. Because during that time we had lots of foundations, this foundations, that foundation, this foundation, that foundation. But today we are seeing that after 6 years, those foundations die naturally. So we are saying again, we shouldn't be carried away by the 11th hour's gift that is coming to our people. Please, let's vet our leaders. Let's vet their platform. Let's know their activities in terms of integrity. Let's know if they have been living in the district with our people, what relationship they have with the people within the district there.
Okay. So having pointed out what you call the lapses of the current representative, what are you bringing on board? What kind of leadership do you intend to deliver to the people of District 1 if they give you the opportunity to serve in the 55th legislature?
No, I've been...
Campaign has opened now, so
yes.
I know it's been a long time. You've been working on your platform.
Yes. Oh, for that is the move. We always have it with us everywhere we go. We've prepared that ever since.
How is that just mere dossier of documents very unrealistic?
It's practical, very, very practical. For example, we are preaching inclusive leadership. Inclusive leadership. And by the local government, I will have what I will call the District Development Council. Now, if you ask some of the community chairmen, not some, but most of the community chairmen and town chiefs in District number 1, they don't know what is DDC.
You don't have one in the district?
They don't have it. Go there, you are journalists, go there, ask, going to some of the communities, because by virtue, the various community leaders, chairmen, they should be part of the council.
Yeah.
You ask most, they will tell you that they don't even know what is District Development Council.
Maybe it's because we heard from members of the 54th legislature that they are not being district development funds. So maybe they feel that.
Then that's the time to stay call the District Development Council to tell them, if you are facing challenges, don't keep it to yourself. Let the people know. Then they will be in sympathy with you. But if you leave them in oblivion, you leave them in space, how do you expect them to know that there's no district development fund coming in? So always we are saying we want to make the District Development Council very active. Let the people be involved into decision making within the district. They are part of the district. I don't live every other part of the district. I don't live there. I just live in certain area.
So
I don't know the problems.
That is inclusion on your platform.
Yes, inclusive leadership.
What is next?
And then we come to lawmaking. Lawmaking, we have two documents already prepared that within our first 100 working days will be submitted to the House to be passed into law. And that document, the first one is the Water Resources Act. Like I told you, I'm a water resources engineer. And if that is passed, when that is passed, it will revolutionize the fields of energy within Liberia. And this is how the bill works. We're dividing Liberia into 3 to 5 water zones. And you know, Liberia is one of the wettest countries on earth. Okay, yes. And the waters will have a whole lot of energy in the waters that we can harness to generate electricity. Now we have the St. Paul River, just one of the major rivers in Liberia, St. Paul, that we are generating electricity. When Firestone came here, they start to harness the energy from the Farmington River. So I'm saying let's divide Liberia into water zones. And each of the water zones and build a multi-purpose dam. A multi-purpose dam will be taking care of irrigation, be taking care of hydropower, and then tourism. Okay. And trust me, with that, you don't have to wait for rainy season before farming up there. Because what? The irrigation will take care of that. The hydropower, when we start to generate electricity, and electricity is one of the development indicators. Without electricity, it will be difficult sometimes for investors to come in within the country. But with that bill, when it is passed, trust me, Liberia, we will see investors will start to chip in because we'll be energy sufficient within Liberia. And hydropower is clean energy. Clean energy. Just that we have not had lots of people in the water engineering to know that, yes, we can harness the energy from in that area. So as a young man who is coming onto the table with the brilliant idea, I believe that this is one of the things we're bringing onto the table. Yes. Then the second one is the National Service Program. You see, it's something from hard that people graduate from high school, non-high school, but universities and technical institutions, no job. So we are saying the National Service Program will make sure that when you graduate from university, the first 1 year, the government will be responsible to place you at a certain institution, be a government institution, private institution, NGO. It will place you there. And what will be happening? You'll be earning a little amount for yourself. You'll be getting experience. And after that 1 year, trust me, Marka, they put you somewhere to go and work there for 1 good year. With your relationship, with the way you work, trust me, after that 1 year, the people will maintain you at that job. Okay, so that is the next one called the National Service Program bill that we have. It's already prepared. So we are not just going into the house there empty-handed. We know what we're going for. We've studied, we've researched it, and we know what this is going to achieve for our people. And not just for district number 1, but for the entire Liberia.
That's good. So just before you move further to other things you are bringing on the table, at the level of the legislature, sometimes some of these beautiful instruments are placed there, but sometimes you lack the numbers or the lobbyistic power to sometimes convince your colleagues to pass on that. Sometimes it becomes frustrating.
Yes, certainly. But what we are going to do is this.
Are you a political party person?
Yes. We are going with the National Democratic Coalition.
Okay.
Yes. In the house there, we'll go there. One of the major things is let the people understand what is this. What is this bill bringing to the people of Liberia? Trust me, after explaining this and making them to understand the importance of this bill, most of them, they will join me to author that bill. That is one of the things we do there. Get more people to author the bill so that at the end of the day, we can be able to get the majority to vote for that bill so that it can be passed. And trust me, we'll get that done. Because it is important in this 21st century. Once you make energy as your priority, especially clean energy, you see international organization, the UNFCCC, they will start to come, this climate change organizations will start to come to put money into that. Banks will start to come to invest in that clean energy. And that's why I'm making it as priority.
Okay, that's good. So you talked about the issue of the laws or the bills that you already have on hand. You also mentioned the issue of the initial one, the inclusive government, where the district will be involved in decision making.
Exactly.
That is good. So these are your 2 key priorities. Is that correct?
Yeah, and also have women and youth empowerment programs.
Okay.
And then we'll come to that. Education. You see, Liberia will need to actually invest in education, okay? And what we'll be doing there on the education, where it will link it with national advocacy for teachers. Teachers are the backbone of the educational sector within our country. So our teachers are not happy. Our teachers are not happy. And that is why you see our educational system is going downward, because the teachers are not happy. So we are saying for the government teachers that are volunteering unconditionally will be advocating that they are employed. Will be advocating that all volunteer teachers, qualified volunteer teachers across Liberia are unconditionally employed. And then not just giving the employment status, but for them, for the salaries to be increased by 100%. 100%. These are some of the things that I will be advocating for our teachers. And trust me, research have proven that when teachers are happy and satisfied with what they are doing, the students learn. The student learning doubles when teachers are happy. And when student learning doubles, the parents are happy because their children start to perform, and then the country start to benefit from a very good educational system. So we'll be there. That is on the national advocacy. And then for on the same national advocacy, we want to advocate so that our people, those that we call disadvantaged youth, okay, let's increase the budget of the group of 77, let's increase the budget of those who taking care of them. We shouldn't just take them from the street and go and put them in one place. No, let's build their skills. Let's give them skills training and then put them into some community, create farms for them. Let them know that, yes, they're producing, they give them skills. Heavy duty mechanics, electricity. These are some of the things I want to advocate for the young people in our area that now we refer to as disadvantaged youth and sometimes Zogos.
Okay. Yeah, so in the legislature, they have some people who lobby diplomatically, and they have some people who are radical, like, there's vocal advocacy. What kind of representative will you be if the people give you the opportunity?
Will not be vocal to the extent where we have to insult, no.
Okay.
But we'll be diplomatic, and we'll also be vocal when there's a need to be vocal.
Yeah. What is your opinion on this president-legislature relationship? Because sometimes you listen to people, they say, oh, the legislature is controlled by the executive. Anything the president wants goes through. I mean, how do you look at that? What is the analysis on that?
For me, I believe the legislature is the first branch of government. So I don't want us to put the entire weight on the president. If this country should develop, we should have a responsive, accessible, and accountable legislature. That's what I believe. The legislature, how will you be the first branch of government? You control, you make the laws, you ratify MDAs within the country, you come up with budgets, then you say you are being controlled by the president. For me, the problem of this country is the host there. We need people who are accountable, who have integrity to go in there and make those changes. It's not much about the president. If we have accountable legislature, trust me, the president himself will conduct himself in a way that they will work together hands in hand for the development of our country. But if they sell themselves to the president, trust me, that is what we experience always. So I believe the horse there needs cleansings. And cleansings, that all means Levi and Pay should go in there to represent the people of District Number 1, and other reputable individuals should go there and replace those who are not doing anything with us there.
Well, your plans sound good. Let's look at, because before you implement these plans, you first have to be elected.
Yes.
What is your constituent? I mean, your base in terms of whether it is with the elders, the youth, the women. I mean, what is your strength? Where do you think you're going to get the vote from to win?
We're going to get the vote from every one of them you just named. Every one of them, the young people, the youth, the adults, because I have a very good working relationship with them. And you see, when you put me to the young people area, I fit. Going to the diplomatic area, I fit there. Go to Adults Bowl, I'm also there because most of them will help in making decisions within our district. And now I'm one of the advisory members to the town, to the commissioner of the township of Louisiana. Okay, so every other walks of life within the district, I'm there. But the students community, they call me Awapa.
Okay.
Yes, because checking the district, majority of the big schools within the district, I have hair marks there.
Okay.
I taught at the Kingsley Linton Academy, I served as the vice president for administration, and the Confidence School System, right in Fendale Cooper Fund there.
Okay.
Served there as the Workers' Union president after teaching for some time. And then currently I'm teaching at the Kingfields Public School in number 7. and which is one of the biggest government institution within the district there. So if you look at it, you notice that for we, the teachers, the money not there, but the population is always there because the students there, the parents know that, yes, this is my child's instructor. This is my children teacher. So in the district, there's no one person that's more popular than Levi NP. The 29 of us, because currently 30 of us are there. No one is more popular than Levi NP.
Yeah, I was just looking at the number of persons running in that district.
30, yeah.
Wow, 30.
And Levi NP is to number 20.
So campaign is expensive. You are going against even the incumbent who have been in power for at least 6 years. You could be financially stable. But how do you intend to achieve your goal of winning the election, considering that you need logistics? You just mentioned that District 1 cover almost 50% of Masorado
Yes,
County.
yes.
So
yes.
let's look at your strengths in running this campaign. What is the makeup of your campaign team, in fact? Or have you set that up already or not?
Yeah, we set them up. We got our campaign team set up in the district all over. We got sales all over the district. And you see, campaign is actually expensive to those who just come in the 11th hours.
Okay.
Just, yeah, because they want to force themselves for the people to know them. So they will
Sometimes the voters can be carried away.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's why we are there to educate them, to carry people, to educate them. Because if they continue with this, trust me, the people this time around, they have learned a lot. They have learned a lot from these quick impacts. They have learned a lot. So yeah, the money we can't wait it, and don't be carried away. We saw it in 2020 elections. So this time around, the people eyes are open. They know who've been there with them. We started this very long time. We started for us to call it on-the-ground work. That is engagement long time ago. We've run our campaign. We're just waiting now, just to remind the people, yes, we're there. We are on number 20. You see the young man there with the eyeglasses, the red tie, the black coat. He's to number 20. Yeah, that's the man. That's just why we're educating our people now.
I like that. Yeah. I mean, are you a little bit kind of disappointed that you realize that you guys are 30 going for a 1 seat? Are you disappointed? Or maybe you anticipated that, okay, we'll just be maybe 4 or 5, you know?
No. Everyone has a constitutional right to contest. Yes. But the good thing about it is this is not presidential election. It's within the district, it's just legislative.
Yeah.
So one vote can make a win. And for us, we're even happy. We are happy that we are 30 because it will give us a chance to win massively.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because even if your students or people from the education sector are your your people,
good,
it could give you
the teachers, ourselves before as the national secretary for secretary for District number 1 Private School Teachers Association.
Okay.
Yes. So the teachers, the students from Kingville, from Bentor, and my wife is also a teacher. She's been teaching at the Bentor, that is the Frank E. Tobo public school there for more than 10 years now, chemistry teacher. Yeah. So bringing the students, the teachers, and then the parents. The parents also follow their children. This time around, district number 1 is rural Masorado. So
what was her initial reaction when you told her, well, Sweetheart, I'm going to the race?
Her initial reaction was because 2017 she supported Satya.
Okay.
Yeah, she supported Satya Satya, who came second in the race. So when I about to contest, I say, Levi, you go into the race, but before you go there, you got to sign so document for women empowerment.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you see we're talking about women empowerment, she's one of them. So you say if you become representative,
the will be first lady of the district is hugely concerned about women empowerment.
Women empowerment, yes.
Okay.
Because
that is good. So Levi, let's make this interactive. Speak to the public. 0770-202579. 0770-202579 is the number. We have Levi NP, representative candidate, electoral district number 1, Masorado County. Is our guest this morning on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Let's take the first caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's see.
My name is Bohan Bier. I'm calling from the
Go ahead.
I want think that through having support the representative pay of young men in the studio there, and I will say they are all reasonable that he's a man of integrity, he's a man that should have from the set lead this street because of his advocacy, his featuring the massive advocacy eventually in the district. And those skills of his
agenda.
His agenda is quite impressive because one thing about this country that we see the owners and voters vote the wrong people because they are not educated enough. So it brings education to the table because it is not time for our people to be very, very much collective of a fighter. People that represent them must have profession because we have communities in those in the house there.
Okay.
People just say on those communities they are trying to do those things that they're supposed to do.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, so let's stick to our 1 minute, please. No, you have to stay away from your receiver, or I'll replace you with another caller. And let me just do that because yeah, we're having terrible feedback. Good morning.
And to our man, Mr. Liva B.
Go ahead, sir.
This is our tattoo, going from final decision number 1. And the oral man, bro, he had a boo idea to go to the table. But when he asked the question, he said he supported the movement, which is all Murray. So they say no who is feeding the people back. Then that same blood they see you are bringing to the table.
How possible is that? I don't understand that. How? I can just draw that analysis anyway. But
so to a point, I'm going to beg him to join his who is in his race, which is Edward Arata, who has been in the district for 40 some years. Who knows the district, who
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. And let me say good morning to your studio guests and to your many listeners following the broadcast. My name is Aloysius P. Filmo Jr. and I film in this morning from Lower Makibi County. Marka, some of us, we have our relatives and family members are residing within District number 1, Monsuaro County. And the current representation, the representative of Lauren Morris, hasn't been able to at least prove to the expectation of the people why they voted him in 2017. And I think listening to the platform of such a young brother, the people of District number 1 should see all reason not for re-electing that individual named Murray because he has massively failed them, and re-electing him will just be putting that district feature in a very catastrophic situation. So I want to say thanks to Pay, and I think he's one person that the people of District 1 should be looking in his direction.
Thank you. This caller. Good morning.
Good
morning. Go ahead.
All right. Let me say morning to the studio guests and the host. What I just want to put across his flow is that I thank the young man there for his brilliant analysis and what he saw whatever he applied for the districts. But what we really need for that district are people that will build hand pumps and government toilet and take latrines and all the kind of stuff. And that's what we need. We need people who will put policies into place and make sure those policies are implemented. But this is a problem of Liberia. People are coming, building all sorts of things. Some people building houses, they calling it hospitals. They're building houses, and calling it schools. And they are not supporting nothing because there is no policy set in place. So I want to encourage him, come this election. I'm very sure, I'm 100%, 150% sure that he want to win this election flat. There is no competitor for him. Even in Copeland is not close to him. But what I want to encourage him is that he should make sure that policies are put into place and they are implemented to the letter.
Okay. Thank you. I'll just take 2 more calls. Please stay away from your radio. Yeah, we can't do that. I'm sorry, we can't do that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, sir.
All right, my name is
You are going away from your phone.
I said my name is Emmanuel.
Go ahead.
All right, Marka, I just want to say thank you for carrying the most astute candidate in this number one, and the most intellectual among the getting candidates live for the
Damn it.
position
This you
of
want to take it off?
So you've
Yeah.
because should be seen. We want to he has always been what has he built? What has he done? That is why he has always kept us far away from development of growth. So I want to say thank you all so much for carrying our because you greetings.
Okay. Thank you, Bossman. Let me take the final caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're the last caller. Go ahead quickly.
My name is Eric Kevin Solomon Daniel, and I call from Kenya. Let me say a very thank you to you and the student get solution 2023 taking over. And now this time around, we are going to hand our district over to someone who knows what it takes to be a lawmaker, who knows the function of a lawmaker. So I want to say a very thank you to Honorable Liva MP for all of the work he has been doing in our district. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. That's all the time we've got to be to take calls here this morning. So yes, we'll go back to Liva. You listen to the callers, you can react to them and also close up in at least 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And like you see from the callers, they are waiting. They can just wait for October 10, 2023 to have me as their lawmaker in district number 1 to represent them in the 55th legislature. To our people, there's hope. There's hope because we come on.
Somebody say you should even though it's late now, you can't abandon your ambition. Now somebody say you should go join one old man working 40 years in the district. Why you laughing? Why you laughing?
Because
the memory can be to you now.
Because few of our people, maybe sometimes they feel that electing represent me, well, say my father is running a me, is a good person to vote for. I think that's his brother.
Okay.
Exactly.
I saw the last name, the same tattoo.
Very good. Okay. So people like that, only family will support them. But for us, we have our support base across. See people coming from Louisiana, from Fendel, from all over the district. That is to say, how we are grounded within the district. We are prepared for this. We are not just young. We are young with the credentials. We are young and we're going there with something in our hands. We are not going to say, oh yeah, we'll go there or this, like one of your studio guys scream me all the time. Yeah, I learned this the workings of lawmaker from the playing field. Playing field, they teach you at the playing field how to be a lawmaker there and the functions of lawmaker. No. So we understand what it takes to be a lawmaker within Liberia. And we know what we are going there for. We will not leave those functions, although there are some other things that we'll be doing for our district in terms of national advocacies. We'll go there and we'll do that, and our people will be adequately represented. Solution 2023, we have what we call for the people we choose to serve, not for ourselves, but for the people, because they deserve our leadership. Our people have suffered so long from leadership deficit in district number 1. And that is why we want to go and fill in that gap. Our people most of them have never been included into decision making, not just district number 1, but across Liberia. So we want to bring inclusive leadership to our people that we all can sit on the decision making table to develop our district.
Who are you supporting for president and senator in Maserati?
You know, I'm going with a political party. I'm a member of a political party that's the National Democratic Coalition. And the National Democratic Coalition on their last convention endorsed the presidential bid of Honorable Joseph Iman Brakai.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's party mandate.
I'm someone who believes in institution. Okay. I can believe an institution and go against the principle of that institution. So indeed, we are going with the rescue mission.
Okay.
Yeah. So to my people of district number 1, but for me, I have my supporters across every other political party within the district.
Okay. So close
young
up
people
now.
from CDC, from all over.
30 seconds.
So we are saying, people of district number 1, your own son the solutionist, for the people we choose to serve. We are here and we're telling you, do not eat your tomorrow today. Do not look at those 11 hours gift that are coming. For too long, we have been left behind due to quick impact projects. Let's look for sustainable developments, sustainable agriculture, improving our educational sector, merchandise, and sustainable farming. Let's put someone there who understands what it takes to be a lawmaker, and leave our NP understand what it means to be a lawmaker. Number 20 is the code. Red tie, eyeglasses, and black coat. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
I like that. So that's Levi P right there, district number 1, Maserado County senatorial candidate. We're taking leave of him. Take break to bring you sports on the TBS this morning.
Okay, so suppose as part of the True Breakfast Show right here on 96 for what the had as well. Like, let's link and bring on Naomi Tapia with the word, I suppose. Good morning to you, Naomi.
Good morning, everyone. Host
Host determined girls suffered 3-0 defeat to AS Mendy, a brace from Kone and Maimuna Torres condemned the Liberian champions to a 3-0 defeat.
The game was the opener of the 2023 Wafuzum Cup Women's Champions League qualifiers played at the SKD Stadium in Liberia. Traore scored in the 47th minute as both teams struggled for the match opener in the first half. Umokone loved the finish in the 60th minute, gave AS Mendy further edge over the host guarded by Gambian Tafa Mane. The game was put to bed in the 74th minute with Kone, who eventually won the woman of the match, slotting home from close range. Substitute Elizabeth Tama missed a simple tip aim from 6 yards in at a time as the host settled to 3-0 defeat. The second match, AS Dakar of Senegal defeated Sierra Leone Mawombo Queens 1-0. The Tamil girls' next match is against AS Dakar of Senegal on 9 August, while Mawombo Queens will face AS Mendy. Oscar Dore and his club SK Slavia Praha secured their third consecutive win in the Czech Top Flight League, beating FC Zlang 2-1 on Sunday. According to Liberian Sports International, the former club Boris midfielder started the match and received his first yellow card of the season in the 56th minute. He was later substituted in the 65th minute, marking the first time he has been replaced in a match for Slapa Praha since the 2023-24 season began. Dore, who is 25 years old, has played a total of 244 minutes in 3 matches so far. FC Victoria Planks registered their first win of the season in the Czech Top Flight League, beating Ostrava 3-1 at the weekend. The victory came in their third league match. During the game, Liberian international Samson Dwyer, aged 21, made his first start in a league match, but received his first yellow card of the season in the 23rd minute. He was subsequently substituted in the 52nd minute. Any another development news signings, Yaya Ability, Nicholas Andrews, and Akin Smith have won their first trophy with Heaven 11. They played key roles in helping the club to win the second edition of the Pingsville Preseason Cup. Heaven 11 defeated MPN Anchors 1-0 to be crowned champions of the tournament. Co-host Australia reached the Women's World Cup quarterfinals with a clinical win over Denmark in the last 16 at a Perth Stadium, Australia. Kathleen Ford put the Matildas ahead in the 29th minute, finishing from a tight angle, following a great pass from Mary Fuller. Haley Russell added a second in the 70th minute with a drifting finish after good work from Emily Van Egmond. Australia will face either France or Morocco in the last 8 on Saturday. Australia had only ever reached the last 8 at a World Cup once before in 2015, losing their 4 other knockout matches across the years. They started slowly against Denmark, but still in Australia instantly erupted after Fuller's great turn and pass set up Ford's opener on the break. And finally, Liverpool have had a third bid rejected for Southampton midfielder Romeo Lavia. The latest offer for the 19-year-old Belgian is believed to have been about 46 million euros, including Adams, with Southampton reportedly wanting 50 million euros. Lavia was an unused substitute when Southampton started their championship campaign with a 2-1 win against Sheffield on Friday. He joined Sings from Manchester City last summer for 10.5 million euros. Lavia made 34 appearances in all competitions for Southampton in 2022-3, but was unable to help them avoid relegation from the Premier League to the Championship. Liverpool are looking to reinforce their midfield with a third signing in that area of the pitch following Fabinho, Jordi Henderson, and James Miller, Naby Keita, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain are leaving the club this summer. Manager Jurgen Klopp has acquired World Cup winning Argentina midfielder Alexis McAllister from Brighton in June for an initial 35 million euros. Dominic Soboslai joined the rest in a 60 million euros deal for RB Leipzig in July. That's all from our sports decks.
You see me talking like that? I'm very happy today. The reason I'm happy today, I've been sitting at home for the past years. My fellow women are outside there. But God sent an angel to me in my life, in our organization. He gave me room. 2 days room. I always send my children to school. Just 2 days room, my husband was not doing anything. But like I said thank you. My fellow women are outside there are listening to me. Comes October 10, no more one ballet bar. Because like is the trust, or true like I started selling, and my children are happy. God, thank you for listening to me. What like
My name is Josh Mayango. I'm a motorcyclist. I choose liability to be the best representative for the district, both liability on the ballot bags #1.
My name is Albert Wesley. I'm a resident of Nabara community. I'm a motorcyclist and I believe in the ideology of liability. So 14 comes automatic #1.
My name is Jean Terry. I'm from FDA community. I'm a motorcyclist. I'm calling on everybody, all motorcyclists, to please vote on liability #1 on the ballot bag. Liability have been a good man. He has helped with the motorcyclists on many occasions. Please vote on liability #1 for a better district 4.
Hello to everybody. I'm Johnson Davis. I'm a motorcyclist from Bonus Farm. Likeability have been a very good man. It's because of likeability I'm proud to be a motorcyclist. If we vote likeability as representative of district #4, you will do a lot for the young people. Vote likeability #1 on the ballot.
Hello everyone, I'm Sam calling from Zupatan. I'm calling on my fellow motorcyclists to please join me for a better district 4. Liability is placed at #1 on the ballot. Join so we can vote liability for a better change.
I'm George Kilball. I live to go for Scouty. I urge you all to please vote Honorable Liability. The reason is that because in educating youth, make us attend computer school, and now I'm a professional driver at the library.
This is the TBS Yet on Truth 96.1 FM coming out at 9:15. We have Reverend Emmanuel Giddens, senatorial candidate, Margibi County, already seated. Let me say good morning to my big sister, Precious T. George, and also my sympathy to them. They lost their son, David George Jr. recently. According to the family, the next meeting will be this coming Sunday at the George Residence in Israel community at 2 p.m. And the burial will be on the 19th of August 2023 in Bensonville. Let me extend my deepest condolences to the family there. So members of the family can also take advantage of the next meeting time. But let's John O'Neill now, who is seated with our guest. O'Neill?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Baka. This is the True Breakfast
This is the
Show.
True Breakfast Show. The second segment right here is
In the presence, well, should I say the next senator in waiting? Definitely. The decision of the people, that is, well, we have very Mawa Gideons with us of Mangibi County, the much talk about county, the James political county of Mangibi County. And as a matter of fact, he's wearing the Country First t-shirt.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
and
right.
Congratulations for that.
Country Fresh should be, but for today,
it's Country Fresh.
It's Country Fresh because
Fresh.
I'm in the country, but it should be Country Fresh.
Great. So, Reverend Gideon is contesting for the senatorial position in Mangibi County. Well, it's great honor to have you on the breakfast. How are you doing this morning?
It is wonderful to be here, O'Neill. I believe this is our first time, so I'm looking forward to it.
First great interview.
I think it's going to be great.
Trust me, it's all going to be.
It's going to be great. I can almost feel it.
You almost feel it.
I almost feel it.
Yeah, you lifted my spirit when I saw you wearing the Country Fresh, and I was like,
right.
In Mother Gideons,
I knew that would
the...
do that to you. That's the reason I left the United States. I left America because of Country Fresh.
In the midst of all.
In the midst of all. I believe Liberia first, now Mangibi first.
Mangibi first.
And District 1 first.
Great. How you doing this morning? Let's start it up. How you doing this morning? Health-wise?
Well, health-wise, I'm super. I feel exuberant. I'm energetic. My mind is clear. My spirit is filled and alive. And my body is well. So I think I'm good.
Great. How is the county? Mangibi, you over to the county this morning, coming all the way here?
Yeah, Mangibi is wonderful. Mangibi the talk of the day, so I'm sure you know what's going on in the county. But as far as I'm concerned, everything is well.
Everything is well.
Everything is well.
Which part of the Mangibi you reside? The lower belt or the upper belt?
I live in the lower belt in District 1. Dwell Zone to be specific.
How long you been in the lower belt?
Since 2006. So you do the calculation.
2006. Yes. How is that part of the district treating you? Is it okay?
Yeah, District 1 is pretty good.
Okay. Political tension. You feeling it already?
I don't know it is tension.
You don't know.
I don't see that tension is natural. Life is tension.
So when I was looking through Election Relations Commission following, I saw this name Emmanuel Giddens, Reverend Emmanuel Giddens, and I said, how the decision came about. You've been a clergyman with the gospel and all along. Why decide to venture into politics? I mean, given the fact that politics, in Liberia, someone says it's a dirty game. You have to get this thick skin going into it. Why the decision?
Oh, interesting. Yesterday, I had another interview with a lady from Stone FM asking similar question, but she came from a different angle. Her angle was, you are established.
Let's go to point one first. Right. That is point one first.
Yes, but
yes.
How did I come to the decision?
Yeah, difficult one.
I want to take off from where I ended up yesterday.
Okay.
All right. So her question was, you come this far, you're a clergyman, you done well for yourself, you're well established. So why do you want to get involved in politics? Now you are saying it's a dirty game. Why do you want to get involved? If it is true that politics is a dirty game, then that's the reason why I should get involved. Okay. We should get involved to try to clean it up, clean the mess if it is dirty. But leadership as a whole is not about self-aggrandizement. It's not about self-enrichment. It's not about, making oneself wealthy, getting settled, getting established. That's not what it's about. Leadership in government should be about service to the people. And I've served this country for 20 years since I returned from America. I served in a private space as a private actor. I led the largest adult education program in the country that you are aware of, Alpha International. We started in 2006 and took across the entire 15 counties and educated over 500,000 people indirectly. Direct classroom beneficiaries were about 150,000 plus. And then I created the largest and the biggest scholarship and education support program, the Liberia Ghana Missions. Again, that took off, and went as far as, I think, 8 counties when we last checked, and benefiting over 120,000 students at a rate of 6,000 to 7,000 students per year. So having done all of that, and I believe I made a very significant contribution to our nation's development. And I always said that we don't all have to be in a public space to serve the public. So let some people be the public actors in the public space. We can be public actors in the private space.
So when I say that again, sometimes you wake up now, you see your news just pop up in the media for the wrong reason. This man is settled. Why is it you want to go into politics? Someone say that's being greeted. What you have, it can live for you the rest of your life. Your children. Why go into politics? Just stay on your life.
Because I believe I have a contribution to make to this nation's transformation. All that I have done as a private citizen, I believe I can do more exponentially as a state actor. I've traveled far and wide. I've been to the United States, been to Europe, in Africa. I recently was in Morocco. I've been to Kenya, Rwanda. Rwanda, I mean, when you're in Rwanda, you think you're in Europe, or especially Kigali. And next door to us, Ghana, you see how manicured Ghana looks. Well developed. Ivory Coast, Guinea, Sierra Leone. All of these neighboring countries to Liberia are all much younger in terms of their independence. Liberia is 176 years old, and Liberia lags behind. Why am I getting involved in politics at this time or in national leadership? It's because I believe the time has come that those who have been around do the best that we can to contribute to seeing that Liberia becomes what it should be, realize its full potential to some extent during the course of our life. So I want to see that the development that I've experienced in other parts of Africa, not just Europe, that I can bring some back here. And the best way to do that is to be in national space.
To be in national space.
Yes.
What's a difficult decision family-wise? You sit on the round table saying this to your family. What did they say to you? That decision you came out to, I want to contest and represent my people.
It took a long time to make the decision. People often thought that based on all of my contributions to society, I should be considering getting involved in national politics. It's been about some 10, 15 years coming. And I always said no. Everyone doesn't have to be in government to serve the people. And my family was always listening in the background. Sometimes my children, particularly, would advise that I listen to what people are saying. And as a clergyman who believe in hearing the voice of God, the voice of God doesn't always sound so loud. It comes quietly, sometimes through the voice of the people. So the more repeatedly you hear people admonishing you, you can do more. Based on what you're doing now, you can do more. Consider doing, taking this position so that you can contribute more to the country.
How well do you understand that county, Mangibi County? I mean, you talk about this county now in the political space of recent. It's a hot zone for politics. How well do you understand? You have the lower belt and the upper belt.
I think when you say understand, I don't know exactly
in terms
what you
of
mean.
you're relating to the people, the activities, the challenges of the county. That's why I say, how well do you understand it?
I think I understand it pretty well. I live with the people, and I interact with them on a regular basis. I spent 2 years since 2020, 2021, when I made a decision to tour the county. I've held a lot of listening sessions, both voter perception survey, and through all of these encounters, I think I understand the county pretty well.
Very well.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's look at what difference. Most candidates will not tell the people what they want to represent. if Emmanuel Giddens is the next phase of that county as senator, what difference you want to do for that county? What will you do for the people of Mangini?
Well,
having already Senator Emmanuel Nukwe, to add up to Nukwe's, Emmanuel Giddens is the junior senator.
No junior senator.
Okay,
now.
yes.
All senators are equal.
Senators are equal. Great.
I don't know if you are following completely the agenda of the county in terms of education, in terms of jobs, in terms of health. And those are the areas in which I want to focus. I want to focus on health. I want to focus on education. I want to focus on job creation. Now, there are a lot of wayward, misguided, and distracted young people in the county. They call them all kinds of names. I call them challenged youth, challenged young people. And I think my relationship with young people and my focus on them as the next generation of leaders in the county, not only in the county, but in the country as a whole, is an area in which I can make a very significant contribution because I worked in that space nearly all my life. So I do not see a strong community-based, local leadership-centered, youth-focused program. I do not see that. And I believe it's something we can bring. And as a pilot, to test the idea during the campaign process, we've established a Department of Youth and Student Affairs within the Reverend Giddens Political Action Team. We're opening an office in Kakata for the Youth and Student Affairs, and we're going to spread that across the 5 electoral districts that will cater to young people needs, including students. Now, when we say young people, these guys who are called Zogos, and I don't like the word Zogos because they are challenged, disadvantaged young people who needs reform, who can be transformed. They're also the young part of the young people population. So what we think we can do differently is to focus on interventions, community-based activities and programming, counseling initiatives for them. So those are the things we think we can bring for young people to the county as a whole. Education, I do not know if there is a clear county-wide focus on education apart from the government education program.
Great. Reverend Emmanuel Giddens, senatorial candidate, Mangibi County of us this morning. When you go to the people, what do they say to you? I'm concerned here. Here is Emmanuel Giddens, the lower belt, you from the lower belt, right?
Yes, sir.
The lower belt, you are okay. When you go to the upper belt, what do they say to you? What do you hear from them? In terms of what do they need if you are the face of that county?
I don't know if the people actually know what they need. I think the people have been, the ordinary people have been so used to being misled and misguided that all they want is survival for the moment. So it's going to take time, having a lot of conversations to establish what is it that the country really needs from the average Magibian. For now, you hear survival kinds of stories. Water in the community, wells. The senator need to drill well. That's not a senator's job. No road to into a house.
That's not a senator's job.
That's not a senator's job. So these basic things that a government, an active government should be doing through the executive, through the requisite line ministries and agencies, are what the people think the senator should be doing. But by and large, when I travel around, for me personally, as far as Reverend Giddens, I hear people saying they want more of Reverend Giddens. They want to see Reverend Giddens.
You're strong in the lower belt. I'm concerned about you in the upper belt.
Same.
In
Very
upper,
strong.
The upper belt,
we are very strong in the upper
your
belt.
concentration is more of the upper belt now because you reside in the lower belt since 2006.
We concentrated in the upper belt quite a bit from 2020, 2021. because we were stronger in the lower end where we are established. So as a result, I went further up, beginning from the Gibi area, Wong, coming down to District 4, visiting some of the forgotten areas like Sikita, all the way behind Bong Mines, Kwekata, Kokota, those villages and towns that are well removed from, the center of things, and where my name was least known. And God myself established around those areas. Tamajuo's town, I never knew there was a town called Tamajuo's town.
You've been there yourself?
I've been there, of course. I've been to all the places I'm calling. Sergeant Japan Town, College Town, and then into the Gibi Belt, Fantica's Town, Budu's Town. So all these places we went first to create acquaintance and friendship. And so the people receive us well, traditionally and culturally. And then, of course, since then, coming back to Kakata in the political heart of the county, and of course, turning around there.
So it's a stressful thing, and this is Emmanuel Gideon. So we'll just tell me for his congregation and just preach the word of God. Now you have to get into politics. You have to one political meeting day and night. You're not resting.
O'Neal.
Is it a regret? Why have I put in myself? I could live my life and enjoy.
I don't want to live my life
family.
in joy. No, my life, I don't believe
Is
in
this
living-
stressful?
It's not stressful to me. It is stressful, but it is not new. It's not different from what I've been doing. I ran organizations for the past 17, 18, 19 years since I've been here. Same story. Every day I wake up in the morning since 2006.
You have different movement. If you're not turning up to this other meeting, there's a problem. Probably you will lose vote. This group is calling you. This other group is calling you. You have to be here. You have to be there. I mean, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but it's the same. It's a little bit different, but it's the same in terms of encounter with people, meeting people's needs and demands, answering people's issues, attending to people's issues. It's the same. The tempo changes a bit, but generally the idea of catering to people and interacting with them.
So I don't know whether Reverend Gideon is getting me.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've always heard about this upper and lower Margibi politics. Is it really still a factor? And if yes, how will it play for you?
Say that again.
We've heard about this upper and lower Margibi politics where sometimes the representation that the Senate has to be balanced. If it is still a factor, how will it work for you?
Oh, well, it's a factor, and it is a tradition that has been created in the county. And I don't think it should be a problem because I'm acquainted with the upper area of the county, and like I was naming most of the communities and towns and villages in Upper Margibi, and I've managed to have a very good connection and relationship with them. So the senator is not limited in his scope in terms of upper or lower, except that the representation should be one from the upper and one from the lower. But both senators work for the county. And my movement around the county have convinced me that it's not that difficult to do.
It's not that difficult to
No,
do.
no,
So
I'm very
ask
comfortable.
normally, like, brother, so what have you done? You care to talk about some of your hand back, your trip back within the county?
O'Neal, to tell you the honest truth, that is not my strength. My strength is not in looking back too much. My strength is focusing on the challenges ahead. And now,
But you have some trail back.
I've had a lot.
So okay, so yeah, this is Emmanuel Gideon.
My biggest mark on society is the life of the individual that I touch. And I believe that transforming the human situation, not in terms of concrete brick and mortar structures. I cannot name the amount of physical development. We've done a lot, but I don't catalog those to remember. But in terms of the most significant impact is being on the human capacity development. And I think that's going to remain my focus. Yes, we've done some projects, built town halls, help with some roads. But those ones, I do not really catalog them that much because during my 1.5 to 2 years of moving around the county, I found out that these are deceptive projects that politicians engage in during campaign. Is like a superficial cosmetic whitewash.
You're making promises. How are we not promising the people? If you vote me, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
Right, and I'm staying away from that.
You don't do making
No,
promises.
no. I'm staying away from promises, and I'm staying away from quick impact projects because I realized very quickly during the very first 6 months to a year that this was a tradition that people had gotten used to. They gotten used to going to politicians during electioneering time to sell their problems to them. And the politicians have gotten used to going to buy these problems, which later translate into votes. And then they complain that after election, the politicians don't go back to them. And so once I understood and analyzed that, I realized it was not a good pattern.
You don't make any promises to anybody.
I don't make.
So I'm looking.
When I do make promise, I go back and fulfill the promise.
Okay, great. So I'm looking into your eyes. Sincerely, Reverend Giddens, what are your chances in that district to win in the county? I said district. Sorry, your chances in the county. Be sincere. Are you making progress, or is it a try and error thing? Reverend Manuel Giddens in doing my.
Look, O'Neill, I don't do try and error with my life. No. I am clear that we are going to win this race if it is ran on an even level playing field. If all things are held constant, from all indications, we ran our campaign for 17 years when we didn't even know and didn't anticipate that we would be in campaign at this time. 20 years later, in 2023, when I started 2003, we're all knowing it. There's hardly anywhere I go in this county that Reverend Giddens' mark is not there somewhere on somebody's life. And that just helps to move the campaign further easier. My campaign team tells me all the time, you make our work easy. In fact, you're making us lazy. Because when we go to people to talk about you, they rather begin to tell us about you. Okay. You know, when we try to introduce you, they tell us, look, let us tell you about the man. So our chances are 70, 65, 70, 75, 80%. If this election is done on a free and fair basis, and I mean free and fair.
I mean, Elections Commission is going to play up by free and fair.
Yeah.
You're going to have your pool washers and all of that.
Election commissions are very,
Are there
very
fears
credible.
already? Are there fears already that you start to see?
Fear?
That probably the process could be temporary.
Well,
in your county,
I don't think, I hope it will not be tempered with in our county, and there should be no fears, because I believe the Election Commission is a credible, diligent, impartial institution of government that have been set aside not to allow any influence from any cycle to affect its decisions and its performance. So once the Election Commission does its job properly, and everyone that is in the field of play plays fairly, we should be winning this election.
Why should people vote you at Emmanuel Giddens in that county? Vote Emmanuel Giddens. Why? Why?
Why vote Emmanuel Giddens? You can know Christmas from Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Reverend Giddens had never been in government. And at 63, going to 64 years old, have impacted more lives, I believe, than the average person who went into government and have served in government positions. More students in school, infrastructure development. We were responsible for the opening of Duazon in a very significant way through electricity projects that we brought in the county, especially in District Number 1, Duazon. Of recent, we've introduced a major project, a wheelbarrow manufacturing project. We are innovative, creative, people-centered, available, accessible. I think these are reasons that people should look at. And we are not getting into the race or trying to get into government because we need a job. I'm not looking for a job.
Okay.
Or because we need an opportunity to establish ourselves. I'm not looking for opportunity to get established or to travel. I've done a lot of traveling. So because of these things, and I'm sufficient in and of myself, I believe the people will make a good decision to say, look, someone who is not coming here because he's looking for opportunity or looking for an income deal to build a house or buy land or buy a car, that's the kind of person we should entrust with power.
Okay, great. So,
and if I were the electorate, if I were on the other side, that's the kind of person I would be seeking to vote for.
and it feels rather in the county, someone we have afraid that probably this is a main contender. Same James Tonola is not contesting that this is a main rivalry.
I keep hearing that question over and over. And I say to you, I do not see a main contender. I see everybody as contenders.
Okay.
I see everybody as being.
So maybe I say the top 3 or the top 2 in the county.
The people will decide.
They decide.
They will decide who the top 3 are. I know I'm in a race. I know that Balasisi is in a race. I know that Joshua Robinson is in a race. Clarice Jar is in a race.
And Mandela McGill follow is
Mandela. Yeah. So we
you
all.
walk on McGill in my.
But you can. I mean,
Mandela McGill is in the race.
This campaign process, a lot of people believe people have to spend money, maybe either through logistics means or to get to the voters, wanting competition of ideas and all of that. What is your strength?
You started to name the categories of competition. I believe there are only 3 levels of the competition I'm concerned with. Election should be a competition of popularity. How long have you been here?
Okay.
And where have you been? How well do people know you here? And based on your record, your history of engagement with them, that's one competition. Second competition is a competition of ideas. What idea are you bringing? What are your innovations? What are your visions? What are your aspirations for the people? And then a competition of character. What kind of character does this person bring? So all of those things put together, I don't consider the money as the major competition. The idea is to get there. I come with my strength at my level. Everybody come with their strength. Each contender come with their strength at their level. Each contender comes with their financial, character, popularity, and idea strength. So from my perspective, I think I'm strong in all of those areas.
Okay.
Because I'm self-sufficient.
All right. He's self-sufficient. His name is Reverend Emmanuel Giddens, senatorial candidate, Mangibi County. Let's pick a few calls up. 0777-405017. Marka, you were announced on your end as well.
0770202579.
Yes.
From the end.
Let me see if I can pick this call. 9:50 will bring on another group coming up. Good morning. Yes, go ahead. For the please be audible. Go ahead. To listening for the go ahead. Don't hold the line. Okay, thank you. Let's pick more calls. I see the Mangibian boys are calling back to back. Morning.
Good morning, Somba. And let me say good morning to MARKA and to your studio guest, Reverend Giddens, and to your listeners following the broadcast. My name is Aloysius P. Flomo Jr., and I phone in from Lower Mangibi County. I listen to the Reverend, and to admit O'Neill is one person that has the platform of Mangibians. Like you said, asking me a question, the name Reverend Giddens, for some of us that are following the activities of Mangibians within the bailiwick of this county is not resonating. And I don't think that name can be the next senator of Mangibi County because we are looking for people that have the legislative experience. Let's say, for example, we have the likes of Ozeze.
Okay, so you was this camp anyway. Yeah, anyway, thank you. Yeah, be back if you get call for your A11 though. Good morning, morning. Morning.
Good morning. Hello, Mr. Malakoy. No, I won't forget. I won't forget. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mara, go ahead. Okay, disable. Yeah, all right. Go ahead.
Good morning, MARKA and O'Neill. And let me say good morning to the studio guest, my own father, Emmanuel Jenkins.
Good morning.
My name is Fred Luma, and I joined the conversation from my rental resident unification Talwama District 2. MARKA mentioned that Mary Guinness is a father, a guardian, and a mentor. He possesses a lot of qualities, and being suited for the job. And one thing I admire him so much is the level of intellectualism I always bring to the table. Instead of discussing personality, he always discuss the prospect of my giving. And I want to say thank you. Then you keep on. There is a God above all. Thank you.
Okay, this one. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to MARKA, good morning to Fred O'Neill, and good morning to the incoming senator of MARKA, Reverend Guinness.
Good morning.
Protocol, Reverend Guinness, let me tell you that I enjoy your articulation when you are articulating.
Thank you.
It is not good to make promises. My name is Francis S. Kamara, a student of the University of Abiba and a manager of the Bangas Unification Party.
Thank you.
I just want to give an input and I want to ask Mr. Guinea a question. If you enter the Senate, Mr. Guinea, will you take a 30K?
You know, poor problem. All the law go. Yeah, all the law makers, all the incumbent, they receive the 30K. What are you, Mama Guinness to receive? Let's pick one more call because we have a last segment. Again.
Emma, good morning. Emma, good morning. Oh, he's off.
Okay. Am I go off the line?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let me see if we can pick this last person from my end here. Good morning. Morning. Okay. This person's off the line. Yes. 07701533265. Let's see if I can pick this last person on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead.
I'm Daddy Massacre from District Number 5, Makibi County.
Okay. Go ahead.
I want to say good morning to our Senator Waiting. Guinness, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for the show. Thank you to our studio guest. He has elaborated eloquently on some of the happenings within the county. So I want to just admonish the team, JIPA movement, to continue our hard work. We know that success is sure.
Okay.
So I want to say thank you very much for appearing on the show this morning.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to scream with time. Yeah. So you listen up to the callers. I mean, this is yes, your friends and parents in the campaign will look forward for another interview. Yeah. You received a 30K or not?
Well, I do not know whether
it's
the
a huge sum of money. It's a good money. You receive
30,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Not
for you, but in the librarian setting, it's a good sum of money.
Setting, yeah, it's a lot of money. But is that a tradition that everybody must receive a $30,000? I don't know. Let me get there, understand why it is. I need to understand what this 30,000 is about before I can say yes or no. Okay. I'm outside. I'm not inside. Mm-hmm. So how do I make a decision about something that I'm not aware how it came about, why it came about, and so forth? So once I understand, I'll make a clear and sound decision. One thing I can promise you, O'Neill, and promise the Liberians, I am not going to participate in anything that is not in the interest of Makibi County.
Okay.
That is against the interest of the people. I will not do that. So I need to understand every decision I make. So before I say yes or no to anything, I need to understand the implication. I need to understand the root. I need to understand how it came about. And when it's clear to me, then I make a decision.
As you close up in 2-3 minutes.
In 2 to 3
stressful journey that you are in now.
It is a very, very interesting journey. You said you keep making me scared.
I'm not making you scared. So stressful.
You're not going to.
I blame Manuel Giddens, all of politics, joking then, lively. But since you got into politics, on sleepless night, one meeting to another meeting. It's
O'Neal.
stressful joining.
O'Neal, when I got into public service as a private citizen, people were calling me 2 o'clock in the morning for their children problems. 5 o'clock in the morning. When I wake up, there are lines of people waiting for me to attend to them. I'm used to this. It's nothing really new.
Okay.
All right. So the only thing I want to say is this. It's very important that Magibians understand that as campaign begins, a lot of good people are going to come around. People that you never saw in the last 4 or 5 years. We have a lot of good things, food for your house, bags of rice, a lot of money, and solving all kinds of problems. But those things are going to happen now. Problem solving, fixing roads, digging wells, building houses, even giving money to people. All of those are temporary. They are instant gratification, and they're a result of a marketplace mentality that has been developed in Liberian politics, as far as I've gotten to know. It's a marketplace mentality that has been characterized by people coming and pretending that they are going to solve all the people's problems now, and once they get elected, they don't see them anymore. And this is what I've heard over and over and again. So Magibians and Liberians in general, please open your eyes. Please vote wisely. Think critically. Anybody, including Reverend Giddings, that comes to you and wants to be your senator, wants to be your representative, please ask them certain questions. 4 questions. Question number 1, who are you? Get to know who we are, our history, our character. Where do we live? What have we been doing? Get to know that.
Okay.
Number 2, I need to finish your 4 questions.
We run out of time. Yeah.
4 questions. The second question, what have you done for our county? What have you done for our county? How have you impacted the lives of the people of the county? How have you contributed to the development of the county? What have you done? That's question number 2. Question number 3, what is your motivation? Why should we trust you? Why should we give you this power? We should be able to ask those questions. Question number 4, what will you do? What is your vision for our future? My vision for the future of Magibi County, education for all. Number 2, healthcare. Number 3, job creation.
Okay.
We must do those 3 things.
You number 1 on the ballot box?
Number 1.
You number 1.
I am number 1.
Number 1.
And I will be number 1 at the end of the day.
All right.
We're going to win.
Best of luck. Don't be stressed up. Best of luck.
Best of what?
Best of luck.
Luck?
Yeah.
L-U-C-K, luck. Yes, of course. I'm not, you keep emphasizing the stress. I am not stressed up.
Okay.
I'm as normal as can be.
All right. Great.
Can you tell?
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. The voice of Reverend Manuel Giddings, senatorial candidate, my DB County. Let's get a short break. When we come back, we'll bring on the CPP Montserrat team with us shortly on the Breakfast Show. Don't go away.
CPP is here.
Actually, one crazy president.
To me in my life, in our organization, they gave me room. I want to send my children to school, the school year closed, 2 days school. My husband was not doing anything. But I said thank you. My fellow women are outside there and listening to me. Comes October 10, no more what ballet bar, what liability. Because liability is the trust, your true liability. I started selling, and my children are happy. Lord, thank you for listening to me. What liability?
My name is Josh Mayengo. I'm the motorcyclist. I choose liability to be the best representative for the district, both liability on the ballot box number 1.
My name is Albert Wesley, resident of Nabara community. I'm a motorcyclist and I believe in the ideology of liability. So voting comes automatically number 1.
My name is Jean Terry. I'm for FDA community. I'm a motorcyclist. I'm calling on everybody, all motorcyclists, to please vote on our liability. Number 1 on the ballot box. Ability have been a good man. He has helped with the motorcyclists on many occasions. Please vote on our ability. Number 1 for a better district 4.
Hello to everybody. I'm Johnson Davis. I'm a motorcyclist from Bonus Farm. Ability have been a very good man, it's because of Laike Berete. I'm proud to be a motorcyclist. If we vote Laike Berete as representative of district number 4, you will do a lot for the young people. Vote Laike Berete, number 1 on the ballot. Hello.
Sports liability, Lai Asa, representative candidate district number 4. He's number 1 in the ballot box. Yes. Yeah, voices from folks from all part of district 4. Yeah, our sector, the motorcyclists, the market women, and so forth. So Lai is number 1 on the ballot box, district number 4. Yes, so we have our last segment guests. They are from the collaborating political party. The CPP team Monserrado. Yes, we can capture that shortly. Don't hear from them. What this movement is all about. This will be our last guest with us on the show. This morning, let's say good morning. I'm seeing a lady there and a gentleman. So good morning to welcome to the TBS. How you doing?
Thank you. Good morning.
Just introduce yourself.
All right, my name is Madam Kula Kiazulu. I'm the CPP Monserrado County Chair.
I'm Mohammed Mahawa Sekou Sundiata Keita. I'm the DOC for Monserrado County CPP.
Yes, so just tell about the movement. Any one of you can start what this movement is all about, the CPP Monserrado.
All right, firstly, let me start by telling you people thank you for the invite. This movement is all about Liberia, because we want to see Liberia to be a better country for all Liberians, whether in and all of Liberia. Okay, and for the CPP, we are selling Mr. Cummins, pushing Mr. Cummins, because the whole race, we see Mr. Cummins is the only presidential candidate that's free from corruption, and he the only person can take us from where we are today, because the suffering is too much. So it is all about Liberia, not only Mr. Cummins.
How big is this movement? I say CPP team Monserrado. How big is
it? Is the entire Monserrado.
Okay, the entire Monserrado. Okay, great. So in engaging the people, what message do you take to them? What do you hear from them? When you meet them, I guess you have your team, black by blacks, or district by district. What do you say to them? What do they hear from the people?
All right, in Monserrado, in the 17 electoral districts, now we are added another more district, because we divided district 1 into 2. So I can say we have about 18 electoral districts in Monserrado, and we have all of our leadership structure in place. And we've been engaging people, because we've been going from community to community. We get engaged people, and most of them call us, they ask for our numbers, call us that they want to be part of Mr. Cummins' team, because they see Mr. Cummins is the only best candidate. In some area when we go, we start asking us questions negatively, because they say the people telling them all about him, but when we reach to them and explain exactly what happening, then they can follow us.
Okay. Great. So how many areas have you covered so far since campaign have opened? Let's start from district number 1. I want you to touch district by district. Any of you can come in there, the DOC and you the head. Let's start from district, because I want someone is listening up and say, well, you are team right?
Yeah.
Team Monserrado. I was on this one district, but we haven't seen the team. Let's do district by district. Start from district number 1.
Okay, let me just comment. My boss have already said it out. This is not a mere movement. We are well strategic in whatsoever we are doing. We are well, organized. We have our structures in various districts. And what of you, I would just like to touch on the message aspect. When you say which message we get out when we have appear to the people, the message is very clear. Despite we live in a society where the good people is always been verified, while the bad one is being rhapsodized. When you live in a society where like people of Eric Benedict Cummins, who have a clear leadership trend.
who is corruption free. People still try to find a point on him just to verify him, not forgetting to know that he's the only authority to emancipate Liberia. So the message is very clear. The Fixer mission is on. We are calling on every Liberian to form part of the movement because it is all about trying to re-evacuate Liberia. It is all about trying to bring out something new to Liberia. We want to get out of all those old, the arcade or the recycling politician. It's all about bringing somebody who have been proven and tested at a corporate level. It's all about bringing somebody who the international community confide in. It is all about somebody who have remarkable records and character. So this is not only about CPP, it is about Liberia as a nation.
Okay, so let's move on to district by district. This is Tim Monserrato. Yes, Tim Monserrato is live on. Let's talk about district number 1, a very remote district. Very difficult to reach, some from internet and communication, all of that. Let's hear from Tim Monserrato, district 1.
Okay, for district number 1, district number 1 is very large. This is why we set up our structure, and myself as head, I'm not sitting behind. I'm always on the field, and I visited District 1, Harrisburg, Cruiser, I know how they call Cruiserville, Bensonville,
these areas, because
Cody,
Ashland.
No, Clash Island in
Okay,
District number
17.
17.
Okay, I want to see whether you're familiar with
I've
the
been
area.
there, even to Arlington.
No, I just getting to see whether you're familiar. Well, yeah, this is Tim Monserrato. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tim Monserrato. No, this is not my first time in politics. I've been in politics for a while now. So for Monserrato, I know about the 15 counties. This is why I'm heading Monserrato, and I know about Monserrato group. I've been all over in.
So you have a fixed team in District 1.
Yes.
The team is headed by who in District 1?
It's headed by Daniel Gomoda.
Daniel Gomoda.
Yeah, he's our coordinator.
District 2. What about
District 2 is Washington. Kota, Washington. He is our coordinator in District 2. In each of the district, we have 23 dealership structure in place with sooner heads and what have you. And in District 3 is Huff, Andy Huff. He's in District 3. District 4 is Adolphus J. Wider. And District 5 is Milton Ho. These are the coordinators according. I cannot sit here and call all of the dealership structure. Yes, so no, I know. So District 6 is Alex, and you see, not forgetting, we have 2 in each district as CPP because we have the Liberty Party and the ANC make the CPP. So all of these names that are calling, they are there if they are colleagues. So for District 7, we have Sir Ali and Hekolis, and District number 8, we have Waka Morris and Hekolis. District number 9, we have Fulonte and Hekolis. District number 10, we have Jacob Moyu and Hekolis. District number 12, we have Metro Sibo and his colleagues. District number 13, we have DK1 Sodie Mabia and his colleagues. District number 14, we have a female there, MJ Pale. She is the coordinator and her colleagues. District number 15 is Mohammed Kone and his colleagues. District number 16 is Ezekiel Giddens and his colleagues. District number 7 is Williams.
17.
17.
Okay, great. So that tells you that you're familiar with all of your zonal heads, your district heads, and music there. But is the message resonating? I mean, the CPP message you taking out to these people. What are the feedback? What are your team head? I'm saying when they get back to you day by day, what feedback are they bringing up for the districts?
Okay. To be frank, we are getting more feedback positively not negatively, because the citizens themselves, they are in gear because they need a better change, a better Liberia. And the only alternative is Mr. Cummings, because, you know, he worked with so many countries and we follow his record. He's not that kind of person that will corrupt people. So they themselves, because you can't go all over at the same time. This is why we have our district leadership, and they just how they give you us good feeding. That's how, I mean, good feedback, and that's how myself on the feed and getting the team feedback. Everything cannot be positive, but the negative are less and the positive are more.
Okay, negative are less and then the positives. We just been joined by one of your colleague. Yes, just introduce yourself for us quickly. We don't have much time.
All right, my name is James Walker, James N. Walker. I happen to be the WU chair for administration district number 14, the Clariton Belt, and I'm proud to be on this team this morning. I'm sorry for the late arrival.
No, that's okay. Good to hear. You in the Clariton Belt. How is it that with your message reaching out?
So from the end of district number 14, the message is resonating.
You know that belt is for the Coalition for Democratic Change. Is a message reaching the crowds? Are you running with the CPP message?
Yes. Definitely, the message of Mr. Cummings and for real change is resonating. And that is the reasons why the people in authority are doing photocopy ideas to understands when we had the Global United of Mr. Cummings at the Clarence page. It was at that moment the president got shocked, for which he got triggered to face a fee. So it tells you at what extent the message is resonating, because the Clarendon and District Voting Belt is one of the dominant global terrain or southeastern terrain. So they have felt within themselves that since we have been rejected since 1847 at the current, and we have one of our best, one of our own, one of our sons, because we have been having sons that have been coming, but they are rejected us to understand the work conditions in the southeast have caused. Many of our parents have not gone home up to 20 years plus. And having a man, having a son who have paved his way on the international scenes and is so passionate about transforming Liberia. So we have taught as people and as Southeasterners in that part of Monserrate, we have pledged our willingness to support this change of ours. So the message we can assure with our work with our able coordinator, Emily Party, and the youth chair, Mr. Yamfor, and the party candidate party, Yamfor, the message is definitely resonating across the 11 Bravo District number 14.
Okay, yes, we don't have much time.
I
go ahead.
I just wanted to say something, and you can see for yourself, Mr. Cummings is all over the places. Since in history for a presidential candidate to take upon himself to go from community to community, so in making some of the presidential candidates, they are trying to go one like our president. He are never going to take a walk to any of his people in the swamp, this and that, to just say, but being that Mr. Cummings started going from place to place, we were in the swamp, and you can see for yourself, even this morning he was there. So I listened to radio this morning, they really hitting high, and this day, the president will be walking in this other place, this day he will go to this other place. So we telling you that Mr. Cummings is bringing real change, because any action, then they will take a first step. So we believe in him.
Okay, yes, we believe in him. Team Monserrado, we're definitely going to schedule, probably next week from exclusive, probably 1 hour. This time around, we want to see all of your workings. How has it been going as you get close to election time? In terms of no-violence message, we need this team to commit themselves. No to form of violence. This is the only country we do have. Election will definitely come and go.
Yeah, for real, we say no to violence. Despite in every political season, there will be chickenery. There will be some form of like violence coming up, but we will condemn all form of violence. Like of recent, we saw people, we won't call name, but we saw people from the ruin establishment touring Caste, touring the street of Morovia. We condemn it as an opposition, and we condemn all sort of violence that would try to, disable the peace and the security in Liberia.
Okay, so let's take pattern comments. We'll start off from, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll start off from the female in the she's been so. How long you been in
I've been in politics for a while.
You've been producing a winning candidate?
Oh yes, one.
Okay.
I can say 2011, I served as the national chair for the NUDP that came third, and Jeremiah Kuhn, whosoever that under my regime when they won the representative seat, and the NUDP, they produce all 9 lawmakers, so that's one. And for Senator Darius Dillon, I campaigned for him twice, and he won. And I can never be part of a losing battle.
Okay.
So I take this time to tell all Liberians thank you, and we should open our eyes, shine our eyes. We shouldn't mind the back of rights or the money that it will bring. We shouldn't sell our children and our grandchildren's future. Let us go for real change. So I tell everybody.
Your candidate is number 1 on the ballot.
Number 4. So I will tell everybody when you go there, October 10th, please remember number 4, the fixer 1 and fixer 2.
On the ballot box.
On the ballot box.
All right. Thank you.
And
Thank
when
you.
passing, my fingers will tell you because I always.
Okay, number 4 on the ballot box. Okay, number 4 on the ballot box. Okay, let's hear from the other guy.
Thank you. Representing the young people. Like you talk about violence in all form and manner. We want to see this with a clear code that we condemn any sense of violence, and because the ANC is a non-violent outcome. So we want to use this medium because this is just a hint to the process. We have many of these conversations, engagement. So we are calling on our friends, our partisans, those who are yearning for a process, a successful process for change. We want to call on our brothers and sisters wherever they are on our sound of our voice. We want to say violence is not the process. This time around, we are using the competitions of intellectualism. If you think that your candidate is the best, come and tell us what the candidate is capable of doing. What has he done? What can he offer the Liberian people? How can he transform the economic status of our country? How can your candidate address the security sector? How can your candidate address the educational sector? It is not about throwing stone. Throwing stone cannot explain your candidate agenda. So the best thing, if you trust your candidate, come to the table. Let us discuss your candidate platform. Just as we are, we will come on the table. We'll come in studio, we'll go to Atai Center, and we will explain the how, because too many politicians will identify the problem and say, I will do this, but they will always fail you to tell you the how. So we are available at all time because Mr. Companies are always being and willing to tell people how. So we as his follower, we are calling on our friends who are all violent, and we are challenging our friends who come to the table to use our intellectual muscles to address the issues. Thank you
so much.
And they should also organize a debate. Let everybody come and tell us what they will do for us or what they have done for us.
And
no one should run away from the debate.
All right, folks, this is how I'll go home on the show this morning. It's been wonderful to have you breakfast on Truth 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Campaign Bureau. Come and sell your candidate. It's been wonderful having breakfast since 7:30 this morning. This is how go on the Tuesday edition of the True Breakfast Show. Thank you so much. In the midst of all country first, Liberia first, Liberia second, and Liberia still remains after this election. On behalf of the entire team, my name is Oni Roberts. Have a godly day. Bye-bye.